Hello, and welcome. It's been a while since the last time we've done one of these, hasn't it? Solution 9, yeah, that's the place. I was a bit surprised that it came out today, but yeah, came out today. Need for speed. Oh, and I should probably grab that. Now with this update, we've got another variant dungeon, which I can go and do one of these days. Well, I say one of these days. After I get done recording, I'm going to go and do that. But it's been nice to take what I've been doing recently is I play for a little bit each day. I do my dailies for one of my classes, and then I go and do depending on what time it is, I'd rather play WoW or I go and do my dailies in Warframe. Because that's currently at the point where I am with 14. I just have my dailies, which is me working on leveling up Dragoon. I've been working on Dragoon. As you can see, these are my my stats for duties of war and duties of magic. I mean, disciplines of war and disciplines of magic, and disciplines of the hand and disciplines of the land. Actually, before we go any further, let me check to make sure the recording's working. It looks to be okay. God damn it.
Simon, I was hoping you'd drop by. I took a bit of doing, but I was able to widen the crack I made in that storage device you yank out a couple new scraps of data. First file just so happens to be a record of Colin's Prostuce. Seems the bastard soul was poured into one of those clot-type monsters. They got an annoying talent for mimicking shapes and faces, which is actually what Cornelian took advantage of when he shreked us with his fake Kimaka. Never fear, Inspector Hildibrand is here. The other files I pulled had details on yet another monster-fied criminal. This mook was nabbed for repeating vehicular violations, riding his air wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to the data, he's running around in the body of a cactuar now. Judging by what we've seen of that researcher's scheme, he'll have to dispatch the prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome. But where? Rejoice, my good detective. I, Hildibrand, agent of Inquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. I have it straight from the mouth of the real Kimaka that an ambulatory cactus-biting a flying contraption was supposedly observed striking through the skies on a southerly bearing. Alas, despite hastening to confirm his sightings, our intrepid chef arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was suddenly dismissed as fanciful imaginings of inebriated townsfolk. They said that trip of veteran instincts nonetheless impelled me to investigate. Thus did my faithful assistant and I venture further south to question the colorful crowds of Yodel.
Toyol.
Ah, yes, there's a fine, sober witness eager to tell of an airborne succulence.
They said it was moving at an incredible pace, set astride a vehicle like that once the mechanical invaders had risen. It was last seen zipping past inevitable before vanishing into the clouds to the south.
Alexandrian soldiers riding on air-wheelers, so unless there's another flying cacti out there somewhere, I think we have our man. Good work. Almost too good, in fact.
Are you going to shoot him?
Over there. Is that a new case I spy? Really had to bait the hook. They're the real deal. Alright. Come to think of it, I don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. At least the lead seems solid enough, but if we're serious about catching this guy, we'll need an air-wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs.
Nashu. I think it might be Nashu. If either of them are being impersonated, it's Nashu. Because she said Toyolo right. Then again, it could have been Hildebrand for them just for his. Then again, how would they even be able to subdue Hildebrand? I guess it's technically not that hard.
There's a place. I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they still remember me.
I knew I forgot something. Well, look who the winds blew in.
Madam, I've come for my steed.
The better, old scrap heap. It's been rusting on my garage floor so long, I doubt it could manage a slow trot, let alone a gallop. Happy to give it a tune-up if your credit's to burn, but I'll need you to supply some parts. A new high-voltage battery and superconductor coil at the medium.
The chronometer's ticking. I'll see if I can't get my hands on a battery. But can you also track down the coil? These soft-boiled dopes wouldn't know suspension spring from an anti-gravity gimbal, but you, I can trust to find the right part without cracking under the pressure.
Eyeball seems desperate to get his air-wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. If you want to coil quick like, then salvage the rides of defective Centuries is your best bet. I'll even lend ye this handy gadget to help ye out. Set out the distress signal on the west side of all Alexandria, and you'll soon have some murderous mechanical company dismantled for parts.
I'll take these two along with me on the battery hunt. Good luck out there.
Okay. Where's my cursor? There we go. Hide. I know I forgot something. Since it's been so long since the last time I've actually had to record 14. And then again, I don't keep up with like social media stuff at all, so it's always a nice surprise when stuff comes out, and I have no idea about it because I don't look at that stuff. I'm also subscribed to their YouTube channel, so I think that's the only thing I actually have on 14 that I even look for. Originally employed to request reinforcements, this modified beacon emits a distress signal coded to attract the attention of defective sentries. Oh, that was quick. I was expecting, I don't know. I guess after getting used to just bashing your head against dungeons for components, not components, for gear, you kind of forget how, some things are made out of paper mache. Oh, does this door actually open now? Oh, neat. Well, got your hands on a coil. Essential air wheeler part salvaged from a military-grade vehicle. Aye, that should do the trick. Now, where did your mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store what sells batteries. You should probably head over to Nexus Arcade and see what's keeping them. I like this red one. It's been so long since I think the movie's name was Akira. But yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that movie. I know we have it on VHS somewhere around here. Sugar Riot? What do you be out here for? Excuse me, I'm trying to focus. I didn't realize it was you. I was waiting for an image to come to me. You see that I might paint it upon the canvas before me. Perhaps I should simply give form to the inspiration you gave me in our battle, though I dare say a single wall will not suffice. Huh, I didn't know you could find them around. Will I ever do their salvage? Maybe in another eon or two. Alright, I hate this place. If you don't know why I hate it here, yeah, it takes a long time for everything to load in because so many people are here. To the point where it is annoying.
I'm in any trouble picking up that coil. Nothing you couldn't handle, I'll wager. As for the battery I bought one easily enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his gal to stick around after he caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to go look for 'em, eh?
How did he even get in here? Oh!
Is that a corpse? A smiling corpse. Ah, you needn't fret, detective. This dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine.
Allow me to introduce myself. Good sir, I am a proud member of the Gentle Deadmen and disciple of Master 7.Hildibrand. I have been on the road seeking out new recruits for our merry mouldering band. That search is what brought me here into the midst of this unexpected yet most welcome reunion.
I don't usually hold with necromancy, but he seems harmless enough. So, if you're done catching up, well, I got a case to work on. In actual fact, our conversation was almost certainly case adjacent. I'm blowing his nose for festering fellows. This gentle zombie traced the stench of necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered.
Yes, I became fast friends with one of the reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, he spoke briefly of only person left alive after the incident. According to my new charnel chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a highly toxic substance. All that is, save for a single man who habitually wore a protective gas mask. The Halloween outfit. Kshaky is his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a considering know-it-all. They did, however, grudgingly recognize his passion for his work. Even after devoting a full day to official experiments, he would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project.
And he was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name for our mastermind. Courtesy of the shambling undead, no less. No matter how many years I do this job, well, thanks for that.
Glad to be of service. Now, if you excuse me, my new recruits and I are at Cafe Topland.
So that fella was an honest-to-God's walking corpse, huh? I met weird folk in my line of work, but do you always keep company with such oddballs? Oh, that was out of line. It's just, I reckon there are forces in this world you're better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take these pods back to Monome and get my wheeler repaired.
I'm getting the voice mixed up.
Shouldn't take too long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly, and you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory.
I probably should have done the voice beforehand while I was loading in, but eh.
Hello, it's me.
Yeah, that's not quite right.
Detective Eyeball seems somewhat nervous, excited to reclaim his pride and joy, perhaps.
Because it's supposed to be the Hildebrand voice, but without me smiling. It has a gun on the front. Oh, what do you look at that?
What do you think, Simon? I call him Night Stallion. He's a custom-built built for yours truly, and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard, but when it comes to ground speed, he's been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heating motor coils. But won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field integrity, you asked? Well, there's a valid concern. A hotter traction response completely different when you open up the throttle end. You get those filthy hands off my ride. I merely thought to enhance your beloved steed with a touch of salamander foil.
So you have had this amazing machine this whole time. Why haven't you been riding it until now?
So fresh-faced and innocent. The splitting image of my assistant. I've never forgot the day I hung up my spurs. It was right after I caught Cornelian. I've been shivering in thoughts of vengeance, fit to burst my shell at any moment. The big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, your majesty.
Should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, hardy boiled.
Yugi boy. This flashback exceeds the legal length.
Laced with illicit embellishments, no doubt.
I got to the chase. My assistant was avenged. Slinging the Crime King into the slammer took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. But now that Carlin's on the streets again, it's time for me to get back in the saddle. They were saying the Cactuar punk flew over Tully whatever, then blew past the dirigible on his way south, right? What kind of territory are we looking at?
I can't help but go southern with him. I don't know why.
Lots of big trees are there. Then let's make this Yuktiel's dirigible landing and starting point. I'll take Night down and meet you there.
Yeah, it's gotta be Nashu if either of them is. Oh, now I need to wait for Hildibrand to spawn. So how you doing over there, buddy? I bet it took you a long time to get in here. Glowing banana.
Right, we shall find our way to this cocktail dirigible landing. See you there.
I'm pretty sure it was Yuktail's. A Yuk's tail, Inspector. That's going to be the first time somebody impersonated Nashu.
We made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe has to appreciate the view coming in over the treetops. Anyway, I talked to the locals while waiting for a lot to arrive, and one fella had seen Mr. Cactar flying down to the lower forest. I'm told the biggest place out that way is something called Mamook, so that'll be our next destination. Let's head down there and walk the streets, ask some questions. You know, the usual. Very good, detective. But what's become of your wondrous wheeler? That sound would draw more attention than I'd like. I'll use the autopilot function to call him if I need him. Otherwise, I'll make do with my own 2 feet.
Just checking to make sure that the raid, the last part of the raid hasn't come out. You know, just to make sure that it is indeed 7.5 that one comes out of. Well, 7.5 or 7.55, whatever one's going to be. Also making sure that the dungeon isn't down here, since they added a new variant dungeon. Considering I did enjoy my time with the other ones, to the point where I didn't fully complete them. I did most of them. Key items. No, would it be in collection? Was it field records? No. Portable archive? No, not that one. I know it's not the Mogopedia. No, it's not you. Where the hell is it? Is it in this? Well, yeah, as you can see, I've done all 3 of these. And I think, I thought I saw that there's another one that got added today. Oh, it's awfully dark here beneath the canopy.
Such a dense proliferation of forest giant. I'm reminded of the 12's woods. That must be Mamook. They built things different down here, huh? But we ain't got time to admire the architecture. Spread out and find someone who's clapped eyes on the cactuar.
Yeah, I know I usually try to read the, Oh, who are you? If you're looking to travel to Gokdrak Decent, you need to ask and I'll see you on your way. No, I don't want to go that way. Yeah, I was saying, I usually read the, them, but I forget. Why, yes, I did see an unusual creature riding a strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. The vehicle's terrible noise is what drew my attention, followed by the incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of this posturing man-plant was so absurd, I found myself more bemused than frightened. That banana peel is almost as sparkly as the inspector was.
I slipped on that banana peel and almost went tail over Zicker Skettle. Go this, I've been a devious plant laid by a quarry.
Yes, I've encountered the fiend you described. The forest has its share of fantastical creatures, but this one was undoubtedly out of place. I observed its smashing one of the giant meteorites with a club, then racing away with the broken pieces. Make of that what you will. Oh, that's not good. I'm pretty sure the forest needs the meteorites, even though it does kind of sometimes make the holes in the ground. On the subject of recent gossip, I've crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd, but the machine it rode upon was the true wonder. He pulled up alongside me in my ware, challenged us to a race, then zoomed off with astonishing swiftness. If you're planning to catch that fiend, you'll need an equally miraculous mount. I don't have the thing that makes me go faster here.
So what's the rap? The testimonies I've gathered were very much the same. There's a cactuar racing around out there, that's much can be certain. What if he's making stops to bag meteorite fragments, and then this ain't no simple joyride. Talk to me, Zedman. Something about those rocks I ought to know. Some kind of special etheric radiation here. We haven't pieced together because he's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we got a good chance of finding his Spakagoon by staking out a spot where the meteorites are. If we nab the Cactuar, we can make him lead us to the researcher and to Cornelian. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be given chase without an air-wheeler. I have no contrivances. These legs have been conditioned by an intensive chocobo-bearing exercise regimen. Well, good luck to them. Still think he's a weak-wheeled punk. But I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sterner stuff. Let's go on with it then. I fear there's a few good-sized meteorites alongside the road that leads out of town. We'll start at the near end of and hope the mook puts in an appearance.
Who knows, meteorites are so big or bumpy.
Fancy meeting you here, I do to do, so this may very well be the scene of our criminal's next crime. Oh, this clumsy oaf trying to hide. No, we're riding Cactuar around here. Let's move on. That idiot inspector took off like he had the case all sewn up. For running faster than me, how many leads did it? And there I thought he was on something. That way, not you. I think I may be onto something.
It's almost time to eat.
If you could endure a little while longer, not you. Is that adult trying to keep out of sight or not? No sign of him either. Here either. On to the next meteorite. I detect a hint of criminality in that direction. Onwards, not true. We mustn't let the detective beat us to the punch.
And then it turned out he was Night Stallion all along. Travel tacos.
I say these bananas are really quite good. I can murder an egg right about now.
I might have one in my pocket. Look out to the side, there's 1,000 needles in your hide! Make way for the unmatched, uncatchable Spike! And he's on fire now. Goodbye, Spike. You're gonna burn to death. This one looks right for the smashing. Oh god, his sunglasses are going into his flesh.
Hold it right there. I'm gonna need you to hop off that aerialer.
Oh, you must be the blowhards I was warned about. Then you can give me orders to the second speedster. My ride is maxed out with black market Mars, and there ain't no one faster. Keep up if you can, slowpokes. He's disarmed! Get him now! Go and take his club.
If that's the way it's gonna be, challenge accepted. To me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn rubber.
Oh, it's going so slow. Hildibrand. Mush.
I'm right behind you.
And I'm right behind you, Inspector. I'm not even going to bother with a mount. Yeah!
Damn it if the stallions have full gallop and I'm still tailing. It seems you require my assistance after all. Although you caught up on me on foot? Fine, change of plans? Where's my damn python? Just tweak the weapon's elemental settings like so. And your starring and mace provide the thrust and fate will soon learn a harsh lesson. Nothing outruns a fired up Mandeville man.
Now that's more like it! Now you're almost as fast as Goldbert!
Ah!
Are they actually getting on me? Come on in, I feel the needle of speed! Oh, he's getting rifling behind.
We did it! Victory is ours!
Ah. Now there's three of them. I can't believe it. My undefeated record, my legendary win streak, it's over. And yet I feel strangely content. Strangely content. I've got a book. It has dandruff. Enough, you win. Just hand me over to the coppers and be done with it.
So the researcher forced you to work for him, like he did with the other fiends?
That right. Told me to smash and grab the meteorites from the forest, but not what he wanted them for.
All this way to nab some delinquent goon and no leads on Kashikai or Cornelian to show for it. Not to mention my beautiful ride getting threshed. That's one on you, Hildibrand. Perhaps we can try riding together next time.
If you're looking for Kachawaki, I know exactly where he'll be, waiting for my meteorite to live over by the cliffs southwest of here.
Why didn't you say that sooner? I bet Cornelian is there with him. He won't escape me this time. I leave this criminal Gector on your Kedisty. Fiend's appearance aside, this is a man's soul within, so please treat him accordingly. Now let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains have served a gentleman's justice.
Is Cornelian the stupid bug? Was it the Ocalopes? Ocalopes? The thing that Steiner's afraid of?
Do you smell it? The scent of criminality in the air.
Full belly, happy heart.
I can hear them just bad. Let me get the drop on them before we all go barging in.
I guess Cornelian wasn't the bug. He's late. We must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will provide the perfect energy source, and I would prefer to harvest that surplus, but it's too great a risk to linger here.
Freeze, mage. You so much as twitch your lips and I'll light you up.
No, I've worked so hard to give up now.
He's getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I want. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again.
Octopus, go!
But it is not the answer, Detective.
Fire now!
Well, where did Cornelian go?
You almost had me! If not for this blumbling fool you tolerate. Soft as ever. Plus, I don't think you would have fired after what you've put the gun through.
You and me are done, Hildebrand. Stay out of my way.
It's just not you put it into the bug.
My reasoning at quiz, as an inspector appears to have earned the detective's ire. 'Twas you he turned to for assistance. With this case, Edmund, it is only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration. Meanwhile, not you and I shall persist with our, independent inquiries.
Yeah, I doubt the gun would have worked even if he fired it. Considering, what we literally just happened moments ago. Well, I guess hours ago.
Sorry for the sudden exit back there, but that yolk for brains had me steaming.
Get.
What a love of... I see you skulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't that a delightful spot of serendipity? We're simply following the village trail and look how we all run into each other. Complete perchance. Well, we were only passing through after all. We shall apprehend the masked mastermind with our own tried and true methodology. You shall see.
Maybe we should get the, Letterfell on the case, since he's been able to find Nashu so easily every time.
Then I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond that dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly, no one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels for a while I work on salvaging more data, but Hardyboiled always gets his files in the end. See you around.
Meanwhile, elsewhere. Very well. This kind of looks familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it. It's back at the lab. At long last, my scheme is coming to fruition. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I know as the Cornelis Corps second to best. My name shall ring across the land, carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. There's something amusing. Oh, it's just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles. Yet your plans for are so very banal. You dare mock me? Got a nice staff, though. What a boy he was, not to realize the dream worthy of this marvelous technology. Was it literally the plot of last time? It's the spaceship plot 2.0.
Detective Hard-boiled, they call me. Cool and tough as a cucumber wrapped in old leather. I'm a man who prefers his own company. Today's eggs was overdone. I let the pot boil and boil. A match to my mood. They say you can't make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely.
Oh, there's some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hard-boiled from himself? I bet the Inspector can. With us on the case, a happy ending is never far away. See you, Inspector.